Hello everyone and welcome to another session of Shadow Empire, where we are slowly expanding into the never-ending deserts while our main rivals are doing a very kind thing and just murdering each other as we just expand our own capabilities, which is awfully nice of them. Actually, I mean, in a way, if I assume the Republic dies and then just gets occupied by the militarists, it would be pretty nice for increasing the challenge, but you know, it is normal difficulty, so it's not that much of a threat, unless they really went after me. But for some reason the militarists are even better friends to me than the Republicans, which it's kind of wild. Is it something about the leader? I have no clue. Anyways, time to rename the city. Very important thing to do. And I figured we would name it after a famous island city in Byzantium, and also to honor our veterans. It's going to be named Hero Clone. Yeah, that's how you spell it, right? So yeah, Hero Clone. I think that's all orders I want you to get. Yeah, it should be about time. Roaming thieves. Do your best. You should be able to do it. Critical success. No increase. 5 credits got stolen. No oil got stolen. This guy, Sonic. Could you learn a thing or two from this? Okay, Sonic. Dome Bridge. He has a decent chance to actually pass this. Critical success. Oh my god. Even Sonic is starting to do well. Our nation is really improving. Maybe it's changing this guy into secretary was not a bad thing. Yeah, that budget's fine. And Mikabat Nation demands an oath of peace. Oh, those are the Confederates. No. No, we're not really that much into religion, unless it involves some hedonistic stuff, which I'm not sure you guys are ready for. But you will have to get ready because, you know, you're going to be doing it anyways, sooner or later. It might take some time because, unfortunately, their city is very far away from our city, which is going to be causing some problem. First thing before I forget, let's switch all of those barracks into 100% construction. Just so I fulfill my promise, because, you know, you can say a lot about the Lord General Chief of Neobyzantine, but he does fulfill his promises, usually. Let's see, current PTS. Apparently it reaches all the way here, so I could continue extending it in theory. Do I want to right now? I will try to build the supply base. I'm not really sure. The supply base is slightly cheaper than truck station, but the truck stations seem to be so much better. Supply base basically only extends the range, doesn't extend the amount of goods you can move. It's much cheaper in population as well. If it increases it by 50%, I guess it's worth it. I've never really played with those supply bases, so maybe I will, but as long as it can reach over here, I could just extend it a little bit through the most expensive terrain possible. So can't really afford to do that right now. I could extend the road over here just a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to be very expensive and actually would give me a bit more freedom of movement to grab a few more tiles in this direction. And I think that would be nice. Okay, so this is done. You guys are sitting over there. At least, mostly probably thanks to this metal mine, we have excess of metals, which is a nice change of pace. Actually, probably need to get some machines as well. And if I can, some ammunition. And yeah, let's keep going. I need to move some militia around, actually. They're just sitting on the roads, not doing much. I wonder how much I can see with this fog of war. They're definitely pushing into the south, but there's nothing here, so... And they might get cut off as well. This is the Galactic Republic unit, some kind of special tech, which is very high quality, but very low quantity as well. Okay, there are some movements on our borders. Maybe I could cut off those guys. Ammunition factory. I think this... yeah, I don't remember playing with this before, but it sounds like a really nice thing, actually. Emergency tax, that might be useful. Archaeology effort again, I think they have one in reserve. Yeah, I have no clue what kind of unit this is. Seems like the Republic did manage to do some cutting off over here. They are defending for the time being. And the Madelon domain, they are struggling a bit with their borders. I think like they're really losing a lot of terrain over here to the religious fanatics from this side and from this side as well. And it's not looking really great for them. Okay, this is just free terrain to grab because those guys are unable to oppose me in any way. And those guys are not at war yet, so it's, technically speaking, it's free territory as well. You guys are jetpacks. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Jetpacks are actually... turns out jetpacks are pretty nice. It does seem like they have a fair amount of troops over here. Maybe I will send some more spies. And we have like a big stack over here.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Yeah, so I hope to get to know everything about their positions. Let's see, who is here?
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir. That's good. Let's continue moving. I guess I can already start moving it to here. Yeah, let's just grab a bit more territory. Let's see, who are we fighting here? Well, not no one anymore, I guess. Okay, now for some careful maneuvers. Not going to be able to surround them, but if we pin them, they shouldn't be able to move. And wow, this walker did a lot of work. How are we doing on those barracks? Barracks getting finished here, almost finished here, almost finished here. Okay, so it's still taking its time. I mean, having metals are nice in that they have maximum, like storage is unlimited, so that's pretty nice. I don't really have to care about stockpiling them because then I can just spend them on units or whatever. Battle Dojo discovered in Salonika. That's actually pretty nice because if I remember, yeah, Battle Dojo received 200 recruits per round just out of thin air, so that's just 200 people. So that's pretty amazing, actually. Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer. 5% more experience to militia, which is like, okay, versus 200 recruits per round. Seems like a no-brainer. Mystic Temple. Yeah, those are the guys we like. So yeah, let's continue supporting them. Why not? Yeah, not happy about how slow this construction is. We're just not getting, like, we have 2 industry buildings, which produces 100 in total. There's some private industries in some places, I think. Yeah, over here, which is 28, which is not... Oh, yeah, I overshoot. Oh, there's 24 over here as well. I overshoot construction when it comes to my production of industrial points, but on the other hand, we at least are securing access to energy, so we actually can afford to increase the industry, so maybe that kind of works out in a way. Just really would like to get some more boots on the ground, and it's been the case for a while actually. On the other hand, there's like we're not really under threat or anything, and we are just like expansion in this direction or this direction wouldn't be that much faster simply because I mean we are already pretty much grabbing as much territory as we can with troops at the like walking speed. And in the deserts, getting some buggies, they wouldn't be that much faster. And we would have to spend oil on them as well. Yeah, the Republic is holding out. They get a big bulge over here that got removed. This place over here is like one of the largest spaces of actual plains, rocky plains on the planet. Maybe there's actually something over here as well. Maybe something over here. But it seems like all the other majors were just set up in this one rich kind of... I'm not sure how I would call it. Common nation violated our borders and declared war on us. Don't breach in Byzantium. Sonic! Sonic! What are you doing? Mission impossible. Oh. Golden retirement. That's really nice because, yeah, you can remove some really high-level leaders if they don't like you. Infantry attack plus 100. No retreat allowed. No entrenchment. Okay, interesting. Yeah, all of it, and there's so much metal over here as well. I think, now that I think about it, I vaguely remember something about AI being guaranteed a metal deposit next to their capital city. Like, as players are guaranteed to have water deposit. At least on most planets, maybe not all. But on desert planets, certainly you're guaranteed the water deposit, and I think AI is also guaranteed metal deposit. Maybe on lower difficulties you also get metals. We get to see much more. Those guys actually declared war on me, which is bold move. We'll see how, if it pays off. We have more farmers over here as well. This is such a huge area of plains. Damn. This would be a nice place to use some buggies. We just crush those people. So yeah, those guys are fighting over pretty much nothing between them. For their existence, pretty much. As the militaries are struggling to actually hold their ground against all of their neighbors, including some nomads. Actually, they managed to push back over here, seems like. Not sure which data is accurate, the one I'm seeing in the UI over here or on the map. I assume this is more real, but no way to be sure actually. But really want to know what kind of units you guys have. So let's do the so-called recon in force. Well, that's not a great start. Well, they certainly have the numbers. But in the end, the losses were even. Just they had way more troops. And I cannot actually look at the stats, but I probably could have done it in the report, but... Oh well. Well, we are pushing anyways. And actually we get those guys show up as well.
Do it now.
Oh my god, I lost another. And maybe they changed something about the rules regarding leaders dying in combat, because my leaders just seem to be dying left and right, all over the place. Yeah, I'm definitely needing some replacement troops. How are we doing on construction? Okay, so barracks are finished, biofuel is finished, the solar panels are almost finished. $31. We'll see the start of the next turn, how the security is looking. Hopefully this is going to be enough. I don't want to be breaking my word. And those guys got away. So this is what, as you can see, is annoying about fighting the free folk. So you almost surround them, you beat them up, and then they just walk away and almost surround you as a counter move. Which is pretty annoying. Now they shouldn't be able at least to surround me, and I will be slowly able to push them down. Might as well bring some reinforcements as well. We might get to those free metal caverns first. It would be pretty nice. Don't want to be exploring with HQ first, because you never know if there's something hidden in the fog of war. And yeah, we are definitely reaching the I'm a bit too far out of sight of my logistics range, to be honest, in the red area. But with my infantry against the free folk, I'm not really afraid of anything. And what's here? This is just a free folk. Those farmers area. If we get all of those cities, small town, big town. If we get all of those cities, we might double our population. Like if we look at the stats, which might be a nice time to look. So total manpower, 328,000, which is despite all of those breaches in the domes and killing people in protests and so on, has been steadily increasing. You can see the jumps when we actually captured some cities. But we're just getting a steady influx of free folk, so that's good. Yeah, population is excluding workers, soldiers, recruits, colonists. And the free folk has been pretty much stable, which is mostly because we have been expanding our territory as well. And there are some nice stats you can check out. Average experience, which has been trending upwards very, very slowly. Average morale is actually the best it's ever been. Militia percentage going down. Inventories. We do have a lot of water apparently. Sure. We have, yeah, size is steadily increasing, especially recently. Once I got more industrial points for roads, this was a nice boost. Ratings. Popularity rating. In the trash. Quality of life. In the trash. Take rating. Not great. I wonder, is it like relative to other regimes? I have no clue how it's actually calculated. Size rating. We are the biggest and we are in the top over here, so maybe that's the thing. Casualty expands. Friend rating. We do have good friends that are killing each other, but that's, you know. Xanthus, the commander of 1st Infantry Brigade, which is the people who are just sitting over here, if I recall. Yeah. They're not really busy. My son is ineligible to be drafted into our military. He is physically and mentally not suited for the horrors of war. Yeah, that's not a thing, dude. Luckily, he likes me quite a bit, so he's just going to mind it slightly. We got more protests in Nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they can handle it. 1,000 people killed. Oh my god. Where are we getting this boost from? I wonder. Because it's probably some building that's giving me a lot of this bonus, but I have no clue which one. Sonic actually likes me now. Government, democracy, fist. Well, everyone agrees we solve problems with violence. It's just how we agree what problems are, whether democratically or by force. Okay, success at least. What's wrong with the domes over here, man? Just fix them once and for all. Now the question is, do I just... Now that those constructions are almost finished, for the most part, I think I do just spam more industry as soon as possible. This metal will be well used for that, so that's good.
Aye, aye, sir.
And once it's about halfway done, I guess I will start working on Industry 2 here as well. Or do I extend the road a little bit? How much would it cost? 200 points just for 2 tiles. That's rough. But I need to get at least somewhat closer to those guys to be able to like fight them effectively. Well, I don't even have enough troops to fight them effectively. I mean, we would be just bullying each other. You know what? I will instead just recruit a whole lot of troops. Those guys as well. A buggy. I don't have enough stuff for buggy. Maybe this will be just... I will be just killing their soldiers on the edge of my logistics for a turn or two until I get a good enough road to actually make a move on their city. They're not really under threat of anyone taking over because like the The real issue is not the Republicans taking the city, it's just them making this protectorate. But now that we are at war, I don't think they can do that. And anyways, they are kind of busy. This southern push from the militarists is starting to somewhat pay off. But they might get cut off again. And man, they're just really not doing too well on their other borders. This is the really surprising part to me. Okay, let's keep it going. Now, a lot of this data is out of date. I think. We actually know who controls this border pretty well. Because this is also our border, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the militarists will be able to exploit this. Because so far their encirclements have turned out to be, well, encirclements but for the other side, so that was not ideal for them. Now, who's that? We have elections, same guys. Waste disposal accident, nice. Yes, we fulfilled the promise we crushed this. Promise kept. Gain citizen loyalty oath. I should look into the profile stuff actually. So what do we get from Fist? Combat bonus plus 40% from fanaticism. This is the important stuff. So we get plus 65 just because we like solving problems with violence. Shock and awe would be pretty nice as well. Still, so this tax bonus plus 100. So we are making a good amount of money just from this enforcement. Logistics bonus plus 50% is probably huge. If we get the next level, stick to the schedule. Plus 100% logistics, we might not need railways. In the future, we don't need railways because people just stick to the schedule, I guess, which, well, I suppose that's how it works. And in the autocracy, we do get some cards that I'm not really using because I don't feel like I need to. Usually cards to me are like a way to solve problems on the map, but we're really not running into any problems, so we're just stacking up this political point pool. Which means I'm not really using all of the power. Like, you could make this nation much more powerful. Potentially.
Yes, sir.
Let's spend at least a little bit. Try those again. So I think we established there are no archaeology artifacts here, but we can try over here.
Yes.
Yeah, no hidden, that's what I thought. I roll here as well. He rolled F4. You know, you're rolling really, really low, my dude, for someone who is a star child and has the majority of fate points we gained this campaign used on them. Not really paying off. Okay, so their stats are really bad compared to my infantry. The problem is there's a lot of them. Yeah, so there's 600 guys versus almost 4,000 in one stack. And we are working on the edge of our logistics, so my people are probably not even having, like, all of their... Like, they don't have reinforcement they should be getting. Yeah, it's simply because of the logistics as well, I'm pretty sure. Let's get this. I am having a nice surplus of industrial points to do something with. Why is it not spending all of this? Why is it not allotting more? Well, the important thing is it's actually working slowly, so that's good. Yeah, we need more food as well. Do I dare 2 buildings at once? Food is something I should be able to buy, because apparently this desert planet has plenty of food. It is getting more expensive. I think there was a nice... nice chart that showed prices. Oh yeah, here. The prices of goods. I think this is prices of goods on the market. At least that's how I interpret this. So you can see there was a crunch in iron market somewhere around turn 52. It might be start of the war between the Republic and nothing in oil. Rare earth, nothing, not much. Yeah, only metals. They are still quite expensive. And rare metals are keeping their price as well, not really going down, which is good for us. There's not much demand.
Copy that.
It's a good source of money. Don't really want to sell metals though. And yeah, buying food is getting slightly expensive. I mean, since I'm getting a surplus of industrial points, I guess it means I can just build more agriculture. It does cost a lot of people, but we should be getting more and more people. And there's plenty of people we could turn into workers here still, so it should be fine. So it decreased with 3,500 workers, but it gained a lot of 600 emigrated to hero clone. Oh yeah, they're having some problems with not enough workers. But it's actually not too bad from what I'm seeing. It's like 90%. Dissolved heavy metals in this water. That's interesting, but I wonder... Rich scavenging area. So there looks like there are modifiers that are just showing up only in here? This is the first time I'm seeing this. Governor, good temperature. Okay. Yeah, and governor modifies everything as well. Difficulty of mining is this, I think. So it's minus 30 over here, and over here it's probably going to be like minus 80. Yep. Okay, this is something new. I learn every day playing this game. Mercenary reaches 35. And this is the Humanist Knights. We would take a ward penalty, which I don't like. Because why would I lose ward for not committing to a promise? On the other hand, meritocracy is not out of the question, so I will oblige this one time. Okay, Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Success, at least. We lost a bit of population, we got more danger. Over to buy slaves. Yeah, talking about meritocracy. Yeah, because we are now bordering slavers over here. So, 1800 people for 300 credits. I mean, this is a pretty good deal, I think. The only problem is it's going to be wonky for my meritocracy. But we don't like this faction anyways, despite the Prime Minister being part of it. I have been actively trying to weaken them, and I would be really pissing off. Yeah, not buying slaves is just repulsive to our people. Apparently. Like, those guys are getting as much of a mouse as that one guy got when we forced his kid into military. And then I guess, yeah, we will be buying them. We will be buying them to free them, so at least, you know. You can't say we are the bad guys here. A nation. I need a military leader if I can. And I cannot, apparently. Could get a junior, but I think a merc is going to be fine. She's pretty good. Based on her skills. I'm not really looking at the details of the character because, I mean, it doesn't really matter the details. Like, I'm not going to be recruiting a new one anyways. Let's just cut them off for lols. They got some troops here, unfortunately. If I manage to cut this road, it might be slightly annoying for them, so let's focus on that. And this is like the only thing I actually can do this far from my road. Metals are going down very quickly, which is actually what I want. Yeah, let's bully those guys a little bit. Okay, infantry actually got a lot of kills over here, especially this guy. Congrats. Technically speaking, it's 100 guys, but you know what I mean. Yeah, they will be pushed into the territory of the militarists. And now, slavers are over here. Do I want to start pulling them? I kind of would want to, but on the other hand, they're just on my very edge of influence. I can't even get to this Joe's cave. Oh my god, the fanatics are about to push into the city. Getting close over here. And the Republic is pushing back, I think. Are the militaries actually going to collapse versus the Republic? This would be kind of crazy. But they are fighting on multiple fronts. Even on here, the nomads are getting cut off into pockets, but they're nomads, so it doesn't matter to them. They will be getting, I think that kind of calculates their logistics based on the regions that they have access to, or maybe not at all, I don't remember exactly. But they don't care about pockets nearly as much as anyone else. And if they lose this city, this would be huge. Actually, the city is kind of not that built up. They do have Dome Farm free in private sector. Which, I mean, is pretty nice, but it's not really that game changing. And over here, yeah, all of their actual infrastructure is concentrated over here. And over here, actually. This city is actually not that important. But it would hurt, even just losing the population. Actually, I wonder, what happens when a minor nation takes a second city? I don't think I've ever seen that happen, because they don't really start wars between each other, and when a major starts war against a minor, usually it's supposed to be going very clearly one way. Even at the very beginning, when we had even troops, I was just overwhelming them. Yeah, but let's keep going. This is turning in a very interesting way. One I didn't expect at all. Luckily, in the end, I'm pretty sure we're just going to win. But, you know, next time maybe I will... Now the difficulty in this game is very RNG dependent. Like, your start can change a lot of things. And I thought I was going to have a bet. Well, first of all, I had a really good start because I have two cities right next to my capital. Even though I was surrounded by deserts, I got two clear roads north and easy access to a lot more population. Because sometimes you play for like, which turn is it, like 70? 66. You play for 20 turns, 30 turns, and you still have only one city because there's just no one around and you don't have any access to more population. I think the Republic is pushing over here. They're using a lot of airships, which is interesting because it's, in my experience, it's pretty difficult to make airships work. Okay, they pushed religious fanatics back a little bit. Oh my god, those guys are actually pushing into the militarists. Let's continue bullying them. Maybe I will be able to just kill them all.
Operation successful.
Just one way to solve this issue. Okay, and you guys are just stuck at the edge. And yeah, fighting in the red, I don't think is a really good idea. My guys need ammunition replenishments, and they're just not getting this at this range. Yeah, we're just skirmishing. This is it works in a cool way, to be honest. I'm not encouraged to really push into them because there's no way I could supply my troops. But if they try to push into me, I will just crush them. And also, I'm out of ammunition, which is a bit of a problem.
Copy that.
So let's make sure this never happens again. If I could, I would really like to get some factories for that. Okay, we are speeding up this construction. We are now having problems with workers. It's probably temporary. I'm assuming once the construction goes into good pace, it's going to work out. We are still missing a bit of energy apparently, but solar panels are about to be finished, so it's going to be good. Militia learns from experience. Sure, but no, militia, they are just going to be guarding some of our cities, and that's going to be their job. So you guys... I could move you guys all the way over here. You're not going to be useful right now, but you're probably going to be useful quite soon. And moving this actually is pretty cheap because it's just 10 tanks. It's, in the grand scheme of things, really not that much. So, right now over here we have 3,000 people, which is about 1/3 of the population. I think I will move now. You guys are all same brigade, I think. 4 battalions or 5? 5. Move you all over here. I would want to recruit the other one so I can just put all of militia over here, which would be a really nice stack of bodies to cover the capital. Which at this point I think is pretty decisively the biggest city, but honestly the margin is not that significant. Loyalty is actually increasing. +4. Okay, I think we managed to fix our happiness problems. For the most part, this actually is not that ideal. Culture adaptation score 42 and 70, so that's nice as well. Okay, yeah, I think I'm mostly waiting to just get more industrial points to actually start expanding the logistics network. So yeah, I think this is going to be it for this session. Let's just see what is going to be the start of the next turn, to leave a bit of a cliffhanger, in a way, I guess. Not that it's really, you know, high-speed gameplay over here. But this war is actually turning out way more interesting than I expected it to be. I thought the militaries are just going to steamroll the Republicans, but meanwhile they're just being picked apart. Even though they shouldn't be just barely hanging on against the religious fanatics. That's not how it's supposed to go. And this decade of fanaticism, which is really not that much of a problem, surprisingly. The factions are really not that demanding, and actually it's good that the humanist knights are the ones that making it demand, because even if I don't fulfill it, it's just a few people. ARPG? I mean, sure. Light tank, okay, this is very interesting. Light tanks is something we actually want. And I might be switching some things to get actual like light tanks and mechanized infantry units discovered. But that's gonna be for the next session. So GG guys, and see you on the next one.